Post-it notes were originally created on accident and considered a giant flop, only to later become a billion-dollar success. In 1968, Spencer Silver was a chemist at 3M working on the strongest adhesive ever. We're talking industrial grade, unbreakable glue stuff for planes and construction. He ended up with a weak glue that would barely stick to anything. But our guy Spencer here is stubborn. He's like, guys, this is something special. It's reusable and it doesn't leave a residue. But his colleagues were not interested in not sticky enough glue. Fast forward 6 years later, and Arthur Fry comes into the story. He's a 3M employee who has a problem. Arthur is a choral nerd, and every time he sang at choir practice, his bookmarks kept falling out of his hymn book. Lose his place, miss his cue, and basically embarrass himself in front of the whole group. Then one day, Arthur remembers Spencer's sticky enough to stay, but gentle enough not to tear pages glue. Arthur runs it by Spencer, who's been quietly obsessing over it for years. Make a few samples of it on paper, and it works like magic. Take it to 3M, and they get shot down again. They're like, who's gonna buy barely sticky paper? But remember, they're stubborn, so they start handing out their prototypes to coworkers, secretaries, engineers, and they love it. People are sticking them all over their documents, desks, and monitors. Finally, 3M caves. They launch the product under the name Press and Peel, and it's a total flop. Nobody knew they needed it, so sales were a disaster. Don't forget that if nothing else, these guys are stubborn. Convinced 3M to try it again in 1980, rebranding it as Post-it notes. They sent free samples to offices all over the United States, and office workers were like, oh, it's for reminders and notes and sticking stuff everywhere. Just like that, a failed adhesive became one of the most iconic office supplies in history. I'm pretty grateful for those two, we'll say, persistent guys.